Good evening, everyone. All right, this is part 6 of my turn my trailer into my work/home. Well, I never did figure out the problem I mentioned earlier. So whenever I'm faced with a problem that I don't really want to think about it at the moment because I want to work, then I do what I know to do. And what was clear to me was there is some work that I can do, even if I hadn't figured out the other. So I'm going to turn you around and voila. All right, so here's what we have. These are shelves on the inside. Here, let me move this ladder for you. Just kind of throwing the image off. All right. These shelves, basically this is just the framework of it. It's going to be 2 shelves. It's low, it's high enough to where the mower will back right up under here. It's only about 1.5 inches in distance. I wanted 1.5 inches just in case for some reason I needed a little bit of space. So it's only about 1.5 inches difference. And this is where the generator is going to sit. It's actually going to sit right here. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me get back here. It's just kind of hard to do with the camera. I've never done this before. All right, I don't know if you can make this out how I've done this. I'll take it over here. See, there's my doorway that goes into my living space. It's all empty right now pretty much, but my power station and everything, that's my living. It's just sitting down there. So, all right, there's 2 different, basically I'm making 2 different compartments. It'll actually be 4 when it's done, but I needed a shelf for my generator, and I'm going to eventually buy a small air compressor, not a giant one, but one that will fit on the shelf. So what I've done here is created 2 shelves. Now they're going to be 2 different compartments. This one here, all right, there's going to be a floor that goes all the way across, right? And then there's going to be a backside back here. That's the wall dividing the compartments. Of course, that's going to be covered, and the wall down here on the bottom is going to be covered. That's going to be just a piece of plywood, 2 pieces in fact. So, all right, so that's that. And so what we're going to do over here is we're going to put a piece of plywood going this way, right here, so that this one opens up right here. This is the opening. All right. Now, this one over here, I'm going to put a piece of plywood here so that this is the opening. And what that will do, that will help contain the 2 sections. I wanted this one to open on that side because, or this side, because there's my doorway, and if I need to get to my generator, I can just step through the door and access my generator. The exhaust pipe is going to run straight through the floor, all the way down through the floor, right along this wall here. Exhaust pipe's going to go right down there. My small mower is going to sit right here, right up under here, because the big mower backs up right here, and it's the bagger on the back. So the bags are just hanging loose, so they'll just go right over top of the small mower. But the mower itself will stop, somewhere around up here. This is just the bagger hanging off the back of it. So there's enough room for all that. This shelf right up here, what I'll do is I'll make this, I need 18 inches for my generator, and that comes up to about right up here. And I'll put another shelf up there above the generators, be a little cubbyhole shelf that I can just store stuff like maybe my socket set or something like that, some tools or whatnot. Just something it's just a shelf to store little stuff, low, not very high stuff. Now, my big giant 5-gallon gas cans, they're about 18 inches as well. So I can either put those beside the generator, which I don't really like the idea of, or I can put them in this shelf over here. So they'll probably go over here to keep separate from the generator. Just because I just rather keep my gas cans separate. Maybe this shelf will house all the gas cans, I don't know. At any rate, that's the plan. It's getting dark, and it's pretty late. It's after, was it 8:30? And it's 8:30, and it's getting I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it's getting dark out here. I mean, the light on the inside the trailer is coming on because it comes on when it gets dark enough. So at any rate, here's the shelves from a distance. All right, so I don't know if you can tell. If I do the angle like this, you can kind of see them hanging down there. They're not a part of the, I have them lined up with the studs on the wall, but they needed to be strong. The shelves needed to be strong because they're carrying some heavy weight. 5-gallon gas cans are pretty heavy. They're full of gas. The generator's pretty heavy. Certainly don't want that falling. And I'll probably even put something like some kind of brace in front. Maybe a brace that I can move. But it'll be a brace so that the items on the shelves can't slide off with the rocking of the trailer and stuff like that. If I go over railroad tracks or hit potholes or something like that. I mean, when you got a trailer, everything has to be secured. You can't hang things on the wall that aren't secured. You can't like hang a picture up there on a hook like in a house, because it'll fall off. I mean, it's just, there are shocks on there, but they're not near good enough when you got a big old pothole. You're doing 55, 60 miles an hour down the interstate, and there's a pothole. When you hit it, there's going to be a big bump. So, and even if the truck doesn't feel it, the trailer does. I mean, it's a full hit. So you have to make sure everything is secure and it's not going to fall. So everything needs a brace or whatever. You just have to think ahead. Where can this possibly go? Now, it's not likely that those big gas cans and a generator will come off those shelves, but it could. If I go up a big steep hill and I hit my brakes or something or take off real fast, then they could just slide right off. So yeah, everything has to have a brace. So there will probably be some sort of brace in front of the shelves that is sort of a removable brace. I don't know if I can just remove it with some screws, or if it'd be low enough to where I can pick the item up over it in order to take it off. I'm not sure how I want to do it. I would like to have something to where it'd be easy to take on and off. So I'll have to figure something out. But at any rate, there will be something there. So I have designed these shelves. As you can see, I put down some supports right here for this. So it comes all the way down. There's a support over here, an added support. And that's for the top brace right up there across the top. So we're not dependent on those screws. The 2x4 across the top is actually supported on this brace going down to the floor, right? And then these slats here, these supports here, are screwed to the back of that support. And then of course the bottom slats are screwed on the top of that brace, which is mounted to the wall. So it's strong. I mean, it's very, very strong. You can shake it. I mean, well, that's a little bit loose, but it'll be, that's just because there's nothing here. See, I didn't want to have a leg right here because I didn't want a leg right here on this corner, because the mower actually sticks out a little past here. So a leg would be in the way. So I needed something that hangs from the ceiling. And I can always add some screws to make it a little bit stronger if I need to, but I just don't think so. Especially after I put the plywood up, it's really going to be supported. So there you have it. I didn't get to work on my house. I worked on my work. And I didn't think I would be able to do much, but I'm very happy with what I have done, because those shelves are extremely important. I can't move in until I'm ready to put the generator up. So those shelves have to be done before I can move in. And when I get in here, I need somewhere to put a few things. I don't like leaving things laying around on the floor. I want the floor open to the heavy equipment, like the mower, the two mowers, the small mower and the big mower. I don't want anything else on the floor. I don't like that. And I want everything, on a wall or on a shelf. That is the way I like it, because it's out of the way, everything is secured, and it's organized. You can find stuff, and you don't have to move things to get to things. I mean, the worst thing I have to be is to get to the small mower, I have to take the big mower off. And that's not a hassle, really. You just crank it up and drive it off. No big deal. So, and then that way you can take the small mower and just roll it right off the ramp. Very easy, very simple, and that's why I like it. I already work hard enough. I don't need to make my job harder. So, there you have it. Friday's work. So I'll be starting again tomorrow morning, and I'll probably be taking periodic videos. I am extremely thirsty right now. I'm hot and sweaty because I'm wearing my work shirt from earlier today, and it's a long sleeve shirt, and I do that to protect me from the sun. And actually I wear this whole hoodie over my face and everything, so that all you can see is my eyes and my mouth if I want to stick, bring it down. But I can cover up all the way over my nose if I need to. Face shield when I'm weed eating, because I wear my glasses so I can see little stuff. And then these glasses are for reading. They're not for up close things, little up close things like this phone. I need to be able to see the phone when I'm working, in case somebody calls or whatnot, because I have these earmuffs that are Bluetooth, and that way when I get a phone call or text message or notification, I can hear it in the earmuffs, and I can listen to my book while I'm working. I like to listen to books. That's my thing. And if I'm not thinking about something, then I'll be listening to a book. I've got a whole library of books on audio from Audible. So there you have it. At any rate, everything will be mounted on walls. Everything will be organized. I wouldn't have a trailer any other way. I got that from the first job I had cutting grass. Everything was just thrown in the truck. I mean, just piled. You had to hunt for it every time. The stuff you used all the time, you knew where it was, because you just threw it on top of the pile. And that was the way he worked. So I can't work like that. That's a giant mess for me. So I knew then, my third year working for him, I said, I'm going to organize this. And if I ever have my own business, it's going to be organized. And that's the way I like it. It keeps my mind straight. I don't have to think about stuff, and it makes me look professional too. Not just my work, but I mean, the way a man keeps his trailer like that, it says something about his professionalism. So, and I want people to think of me as a professional. Not only does it get me work, but it gets me the respect that I like. So, there you have it. That's the end of the day. And I'm going to see you in the morning, Saturday morning. I would say bright and early, but I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.